A bold and necessary move has been made to tackle illegal immigration in Europe, a move that I believe the UK should take note of. Poland, under its current government, has made the difficult but important decision to suspend the rights to claim asylum at its border with Belarus. This is a move that not only serves the interests of Poland, but also sets an example for the rest of Europe and the UK on how to tackle the increasingly complex issue of migration. Hi, this is Miriam Cates for GBN Originals. Now, Poland's decision to suspend asylum claims at its border isn't just a reaction to a migration crisis. It's a direct response to a coordinated effort by Belarus and Russia to destabilise Europe by weaponising migration. For years now, Belarus has been funneling migrants from the Middle East and Africa to its border with Poland. Belarus is accused of using these vulnerable people as pawns in a hybrid warfare strategy aimed at undermining European unity. And Poland, unlike many others, has taken decisive steps to protect its people and its sovereignty. This suspension of asylum claims at the border isn't permanent, but it serves as a temporary emergency measure to prevent an escalating crisis. Poland is protecting its citizens, its borders, and its national security. In doing so, Poland is sending a clear message that national sovereignty and border control must come first, something that the UK desperately needs to take heed of. Now, let me make it clear, this is not a matter of turning our backs on those who need help. The Polish government has made exceptions in their suspension for vulnerable individuals, such as unaccompanied minors and pregnant women. But this is about making sure that migration does not undermine the safety and security of a nation. And this is exactly what Poland is doing. They're not rejecting asylum claims outright. They're simply saying, we cannot allow our borders to be exploited for political purposes. We will decide who enters our country. This is a concept the UK must adopt with urgency. Why should the UK follow Poland's lead? Well, the answer is simple, because Poland's approach works. It demonstrates a proactive, robust and principled response to the evolving threat that uncontrolled migration poses to a nation's security. The migration crisis in Europe is not just a humanitarian issue, it's a national security issue. We're living in a time where nations such as Belarus are actively using migrants to destabilise the EU and exert pressure on its member states. The UK should recognise this threat and begin to take decisive action to safeguard our own borders before it's too late. For years now, the UK has been grappling with illegal immigration, and while some progress has been made, we're still seeing a system that is often abused by those who do not have a legitimate claim to asylum. In recent years, we've seen small boat crossings in the English Channel increase exponentially. Migrants are being aided by organised criminal gangs who are profiting from the illegal movement of people across our borders.
I used to have to use the razor that my ex-girlfriend used to shave her legs. It scratched me and it made me feel weird. But fear not, because Manscaped is back with a game changer. This isn't just any old shaver. We're talking about the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver with two interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. One for that baby smooth look and another when you want to keep it a bit rugged. Get this, it's waterproof. You can use it in the shower, by the pool, or even while scuba diving if that's your thing. This beauty runs for 75 minutes on a single charge. That's enough time to shave your face, your mate's face, and still have juice left over for touch-ups. You'll also get their Power Shave Gel for a proper wet shave experience, and a face shave soother to keep your mug looking fresh and irritation-free. It's like having a barber in your bathroom, minus the awkward small talk. Click the link in the description and use the code GBN for a whopping 20% off and free shipping with the code GBN at manscaped.com. Join the 11 million blokes worldwide who trust Manscaped. Your face will thank you, and so will your wallet.
In addition to the physical risks that these dangerous crossings pose to human life, the UK's asylum system is under immense strain. The simple reality is that our current policies are not enough to deter those trying to enter illegally. This is where Poland's approach serves as a model. By suspending asylum claims at its border with Belarus, Poland is taking back control, exactly what the UK needs to do. Poland has shown the world that a nation must be strong enough to defend its borders. They have reinforced their border with Belarus by deploying thousands of soldiers and constructing physical barriers. And let's be clear, these measures are not about turning away refugees. They're about stopping the abuse of a system that is being manipulated by external actors to cause chaos and division within Europe. The United Kingdom is not immune to these risks. We're surrounded by the English Channel, and while our geography is different from Poland's, we face similar challenges. irregular migration, the manipulation of asylum systems, and the growing threat of hybrid warfare. We cannot afford to sit back and allow our borders to be undermined by criminal networks and unscrupulous actors. By following Poland's lead, the UK can send a clear message that our borders will be respected. The suspension of asylum claims at certain borders in a crisis situation would allow the UK to regain control of our immigration system and ensure those seeking asylum are genuinely in need of protection. We must also remember that asylum should be reserved for those fleeing genuine persecution, not those seeking to exploit the system for economic gain or political leverage. I know there will be those who argue that such a measure is inhumane, that it violates international law, and that it goes against our moral obligations. But let's be clear, these policies are not about closing our hearts to those who need our help. This is about ensuring that our asylum system remains fair, transparent, and functional for those who genuinely need protection. Poland's action comes after years of crisis-level migration pressures, where the country has seen thousands of migrants being pushed to its borders by Belarus, many of them using false documents or dubious claims. These are not the kinds of individuals who should be granted asylum. Instead of opening the floodgates, Poland is ensuring that its asylum system remains effective and that it isn't exploited by people seeking to bypass legal routes. The UK must take a hard look at our own systems and ask whether we are truly doing enough to protect our citizens and our way of life from the pressure of illegal migration. The European Union's response to Poland's decision has been predictably weak. The EU has made some statements, but its actions show a reluctance to address the real issue at hand. Issues like hybrid warfare, the manipulation of migration, and the abuse of asylum systems. Poland, however, has stepped up. They've understood that their primary responsibility is to their citizens and their national security. And if Poland, with its geographical location and the pressures that it faces from Belarus, can take these decisive actions, then the UK should not hesitate to do the same. The UK government has already made moves towards stricter border controls, but it's time to go further. We need to reinstate our sovereignty and protect our citizens from the dangers posed by illegal immigration. The UK should follow Poland's lead by suspending asylum claims at key points of entry, strengthening border controls, and investing in the resources necessary to maintain this approach. Let me say this, it's not just about physical barriers. It's about having the will to say no when necessary and to protect the integrity of our borders. This is not a populist response. This is common sense. Poland's decision is grounded in the reality of our times, a reality where borders cannot be left undefended. It's about preserving our national security, upholding the rule of law, and ensuring that those who need our help receive it while keeping our nation safe from exploitation. So in conclusion, Poland has set an example for the rest of Europe and for the UK. Their decision to suspend asylum applications at the border is a pragmatic, decisive and necessary response to an increasingly complex migration crisis. It's time for the UK to take note and follow suit. We must take control of our borders, protect our citizens and ensure that our asylum system is not undermined by those seeking to exploit it. Poland's actions are a model we should not only admire, but replicate. Thank you for watching. This has been Miriam Cates. Don't forget to subscribe to the GB News YouTube channel for more.